Hi dear students, in this video I'm going to explain how to divide and multiply the decimal. In the previous video we learned something about the power of 10, how to multiply and how to divide. It's going to be similar, but at the end you can use different methods for this one, and I'm going to show one different method here. And here it's asking to use equivalent fraction method. What does equivalent fraction method means? With respect to decimal number, you know, when you multiply 0.2 by 10, you know that if you want to get rid of this decimal number, you are multiplying by 10 and then this decimal number comes here. How many units it should go? 1 unit. So that's why you are multiplying by 10 and it becomes 2, let's say. Here you are going to try to calculate to get rid of decimal how many units I need to go right. So how many units I need to go right? 1 unit I need to go right. That's why I'm going to multiply by 10 to the power of 1. Let me explain this one. 6 over 0.2 at the same time it's equal to 6 times 10 and over 0.2 times 10 it's going to be. When you simplify 10 and 10, you are going to see that this is going to be similar fraction. And you can check the equivalent fractions from the previous year's knowledge. Okay, if you do like this, here this part it's going to be equal to 60. 6 times 10 is equal to 60. And multiplying by 10 here, it's going to work here. And you're going to get 1 right. And then this is going to be 2 only. So the answer of the question is 60 over 2, which is equal to 30. Let me explain with different exercise. 30 over 1. 30 over 0.1. To get rid of this decimal to right side, I need to have 1 unit. So I'm going to multiply left side, upside and downside with 10 to the power of 1. Here, again, I'm writing. Now let's continue with the second exercise. 30 over 0.1. If I explain simply like this here, to get rid of this decimal point to this part, because when you write here, you need to get 1 unit to write. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same power of 2, 10 to the power of over 0.1 times 10 to the power of both of them, it's going to be equal to 1. Why by 10 to the power of 1? Because to get rid of this decimal, I have 1 unit, I need to multiply 10 to the power of 1. That's going to be equal to 30 times 10, it's going to be equal to 300. 0.1 times 10, you are going to get rid of that decimal point, so 1 unit right you are going to move, and it becomes 1. That's why the answer is going to be equal to 300. Okay, let's do the same thing for the C1. 0.09 divided by 0.01. So if you want to get rid of, you need to move, for the denominator I'm talking, you need to go 2 units right. So 1 and 2, I'm going to do like this, 1 unit, then 2 unit, 1, then 2. So let me write like this, maybe 2 unit. So for this one also you need 2 unit. Let me show this part here directly. It's going to be 0.09 times 10 to the power of 2, which is this 2, okay, this 2, and 0.01 times 10 to the power of 2, which means this 2 also. That's why I'm choosing this value as 2, which is equal to, when you multiply this one also, you are going to 10 to the power of 2. For each power, you are going to move 1 right. So it's going to be 9. Down, it's going to be 1 unit, 2 units. So this is going to be also 1. The answer is 9 going to be. The third one I'm solving also. 2.5 divided by 0.505. For this one, when both of them decimal number, I'm going to use one different method. Actually, I learned from this part. I'm going to multiply. To move this one 2 units, right? I'm going to multiply both of them by 100. So this is going to be 2.5 times 100. This one down, it's going to be, this is the D1, 0.05 times 100. So this 100 times 0.05, it's going to move 2 units right, and it's going to be equal to 5. 2.5, and when you move 1 unit right, it's going to be 10 times 25, which is equal to 250, because you move 1 right, then 1 more time, that's going to be 0 here. Okay, so 250 over 5, it's going to be equal to 250 over 5, it's going to be equal to 50. Okay, let's continue with some exercises. Actually, we solved many, but I'm going to solve from this one here. 1.8 divided by 0.3. I'm going to solve the G1, and that's going to be equal to here 1.8 times 0.3. It's going to be equal to 1.8 times 10 over 0.3 times 10, because we need to move 1 unit right, which is equal to 10 to the power of 1, 10. So it's going to be equal to 1.8 times 10, it's 18, over 0.3 times 10, it's equal to 3. That's equal to 6 going to be. Or here, if I solve the C on this page, if I solve C, 16 divided by 0.08, to move this decimal 2 units right, we need to multiply by 100. So if I'm going to move 2 units right, 0.08 times, if it is 100, then it's going to be equal to 16 times 100 also, which is equal to 16 times 100, 1600, divided by 8 it's going to be, and 16 divided by 8, 2, so that's 1600 divided by 8, it's going to be equal to 200. Simply we can solve the question like this. Yes, these are the last questions. Now I'm going to divide 28 by 0.7. I explain for getting this one 1 unit right, 28 divided by 0.7. When you want to get this one 1 unit right, you are going to multiply by 10, because 10 to the power of 1, which is equal to 28 divided by 0.8, 0.7 times, this is times 10, this is also times 10, it's going to be, which is equal to 280 divided by 7, which is equal to 28 divided by 7, 4 it's going to be, and 280 divided by 7, it's going to be equal to 40. Okay, if I solve on this page B1, 32 divided by 0.04, so to remove the decimal 2 units, you are going to go right. That's why you are going to multiply with the power of 2, which is 10 to the power of 2, which is equal to 100. So it's going to be equal to 32 times 100 and over 0.04 times 100, it's going to be, and that's equal to 3200 divided by 40, 4 it's going to be, because 2 unit moves, 1 0 1 0 cancelled. Yes, it's going to be equal to 4. So 32 divided by 4, it's equal to 8. 3200 divided by 4, it's going to be equal to 80. And this is the last question. It's going to be 25 divided by 0.5, 0.1, and 28 divided by 0.7. They are not different. 25 divided by 0.1, it's going to be equal to 25 times 10. This is the 4a. These are 3a and b. This is 4a, and the answer is going to be equal to 0.1 times 10. This part is 250, and down it's going to be equal to 1, which is equal to 250.